Lao Tzu once said, "By letting go, it all gets done." The world is won by those who let it go. Pause for a moment and let those words sink in. In a world where we're constantly told to hustle harder, visualize longer, and chase faster, the idea that doing less can actually help us manifest more seems almost unbelievable. We've been raised in a culture that glorifies busyness. The more we do, the more valuable we feel. The harder we grind, the more we think we deserve success. But when it comes to manifestation, the art of bringing our desires into reality, this mindset can become a trap. The truth is, manifestation isn't about endless effort. It's about alignment. And alignment doesn't come from overworking or overthinking. It comes from knowing when to step back, when to surrender, and when to trust that the universe is already moving things into place. Let's start with a scenario you may have experienced. You discover manifestation for the first time. You feel excited and hopeful. So you go all in. You write down your desires 10 times every day. You spend hours visualizing. You look for signs everywhere, on license plates, on receipts, on the clock. But what happens? Instead of feeling empowered, you start to feel anxious. You start asking questions like, why isn't it here yet? Am I doing it wrong? Should I try harder? The more you do, the more impatient you become. And that's when manifestation slows down or even stops. Why? Because overdoing carries an energy of desperation. It carries the vibration of lack. It sends a signal to the universe that you don't trust the process. Eckhart Tolle, in The Power of Now, explains it beautifully. Unease, anxiety, tension, stress, and worry are all forms of fear and are caused by too much future and not enough presence. In other words, when you're constantly checking and pushing, you're trapped in the future. You're not living in the vibration of already having your desire, you're living in the vibration of not having it. Think of manifestation like planting a seed. If you plant a seed and dig it up every day to check whether it's growing, you're not helping it. You're interfering with its natural process. The same is true for your desires. The more you overdo, the less room you give the universe to work. Now let's look at the science of why doing less works. When you're constantly striving and forcing, your body is in a state of stress. Stress produces cortisol and adrenaline, hormones designed for survival, not creation. In survival mode, your brain focuses on avoiding danger, not imagining new possibilities. Dr. Joe Dispenza, in his groundbreaking book Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, explains it like this. The quantum field responds not to what we want, but to who we are being. That means if you're constantly acting from stress and lack, you're signaling the wrong frequency. You're asking for something, but your state of being says, I don't have it. I'm worried. I'm desperate. The universe responds not to your words, but to your vibration. But when you slow down, when you meditate, breathe, and let go, you shift from survival mode to creation mode. Your brainwaves change from high beta stress patterns to alpha and theta states, the same states linked with intuition, creativity, and deep healing. Studies in neuroscience show that in these states, your subconscious mind becomes more receptive. Visualization is more powerful. Affirmations sink deeper, and your body begins to align with the reality you're imagining. Doing less doesn't mean doing nothing. It means creating the right inner environment so that what you do actually works. Now let's explore the spiritual side. Deepak Chopra, in the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, shares a principle called the Law of Detachment. He writes, in detachment lies the wisdom of uncertainty. In the wisdom of uncertainty lies the freedom from our past, from the known, which is the prison of past conditioning. And in our willingness to step into the unknown, the field of all possibilities, we surrender ourselves to the creative mind that orchestrates the dance of the universe. What does this mean in simple terms? It means that clinging, forcing, and controlling only limits us. When we let go, we allow infinite possibilities to unfold, possibilities far greater than what our limited mind can imagine. Think of life like a river. If you try to control the water with your hands, it slips away. If you try to fight the current, you exhaust yourself. But if you trust the flow, it carries you exactly where you need to be. Doing less is stepping into that flow. It's choosing alignment over control. It's saying, I trust the universe. I know it's already working in my favor. And that trust, that surrender, is the frequency of manifestation. Let's look at some real-life examples. Oprah Winfrey once said that one of her greatest lessons came when she stopped chasing opportunities. Early in her career, she pushed, hustled, and tried to make things happen. But later she realized, when she aligned with who she truly was, opportunities started chasing her. She explained, you don't have to hold on so tightly to what you think your path is supposed to be. The universe has a bigger dream for you than you could ever dream for yourself. Another example is Michael A. Singer, author of The Untethered Soul. He built his success by practicing surrender. In his memoir, The Surrender Experiment, he shares how he stopped trying to control life. Instead, he said yes to what life presented. The result? He created a billion-dollar software company and became a spiritual teacher without ever chasing success. Both Oprah and Singer show us the same truth. When you stop forcing, when you do less, life flows more powerfully than you could imagine. So, how do you apply this wisdom in your own life? Here are 5 powerful practices. Set your intention, then release it. Write down your desire once, with clarity and emotion. Visualize it vividly, then let it go. You don't need to repeat it 1,000 times. Trust that it's already on its way. Shift from effort to embodiment. Instead of trying to attract love, become more loving. Instead of chasing wealth, embody abundance by practicing gratitude and generosity. You attract not what you want, but what you are. Create stillness every day. Meditation, deep breathing, or even a walk in nature resets your energy. In The Untethered Soul, Michael Singer reminds us that freedom comes from creating space inside. That space allows new realities to flow in. Detach from the timeline. One of the biggest blocks in manifestation is impatience. Remember, a seed doesn't grow overnight. Trust divine timing. Your role is not to control when, it's to believe that it will. Follow inspired action, not forced action. When you let go, inspiration will arise naturally. Maybe you feel a sudden urge to call someone, try a new idea, or take a small step. That's alignment. Trust it. It's often these effortless nudges that lead to miracles. So here's the secret. Doing less doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean being lazy. It means stepping into alignment. It means trusting the process. It means shifting from forcing life to flow with life. The paradox is this: when you stop chasing, things start arriving. When you release control, doors begin to open. When you do less of the desperate action, you create space for inspired action, the kind that leads to miracles. Remember the seed. You don't need to dig it up every day. Trust the soil. Trust the process. Trust life, because the universe is already working on your behalf. If this message resonates with you, write in the comments, "I'll let go and receive." And if you're ready to explore the deeper secrets of manifestation, where science meets spirit, make sure to subscribe to Shift Within. Together, let's step into alignment and discover how doing less can truly create more.